Hi everyone, Steve here with the release video for Temperate Early Access version 45. Sorry this video is a bit late. We actually released this on Thursday last week, or Friday or Wednesday last week, but it was a bit of a hectic release for us because we added way too much stuff in and we ended up just shipping it and not being quite ready to talk about it. So anyway, without further ado, these are the things that we've got this week or this month. I'll start with the really sexy stuff first. So we've added better access control and a meeting room function so that the friction for getting into boards should be much lower now. So I've got this second account here that I'm going to share the board link that I'm on, which is in my private boards. I'm going to share that link with this person. And instead of getting the forbidden error that you had before, you now get this approval required button. If they click this button, the administrators of the organization will get an email, and it will be either approve or deny it to let this person in. And once they're let in, they'll be able to access the public workspaces and wherever they're allowed to go. There's a new setting in the admin function, for those of you who can access that, called security and login, and that now includes the SAML setup stuff and this new access control tab here. So within here, what I can do is I can set this setting to be on, which essentially sets up a whitelist of domains that are allowed to automatically join the space. And this could be something like star@deco.io, which would allow everybody with a deco.io email address to come in. But what I'm actually going to do for this one is I'm just going to set Steve plus demo @metroretro.io, which is the email address of the account that I'm using on the other side. And if I save that, what that's going to do is mean that when I refresh this page, instead of getting the approval required, I just get notified that I can actually join this workspace. And what I'm going to do is press accept invite, and that will redirect me to the board. At which point, I'll get to the second part of the update, which is the waiting room function. So if I go to back to the board, if there is a person on the board, you'll get this ask to join button, and it works basically like Zoom or Google Meet waiting room. There has to be someone on the board who has permission to actually let you in. But if there is, you'll see a button and you can press it, and it will send a notification to everyone who's got permission on the board, and you get this waiting room button up here, which allows you to either allow or deny them in. So I'm going to allow them in, and that should on this other client change, and then I can join the board and take part in the session. So that's these two functions, all designed to make it better for you to get into boards. Next, we've got the shared template library. So you may have noticed this already. There's now a template library link here. This is a special workspace that you can add your boards to, and any boards that you add in here will show up in the template browser when you're creating a new board. So in ours, we've got the poker planning template that we haven't quite finished sitting in our template library. So if I go to my private boards and I click use template, which is I think item 4 on this list is the improved create UI, so I'll show you that as well. So this has changed and is now the buttons up here. If you click use template, you get this new template browser with a much bigger, cleaner looking interface, better folder structure, and the other folder here contains my planning poker template. It's in other because I haven't actually put it in a folder inside the template library, but if I go and do that, if I create a folder called, I don't know, whip, and then I add that to the whip folder, and then I go back to my private boards, it will now be in a folder called whip. So you can use that to arrange your templates and make them available to everyone in the account to use as part of their retros. Eventually we'll let you customize the folder icon as well, but for now your folders will show up as standard folders alongside the built-in structure. Okay, time machine. This is a new button at the bottom of the screen. You see it here. And what it does is it enables you to look back through the history of the board. So I'll show you me creating this board. There was me playing with different styles of, I'll just scrub forward with this. These are all the changes that I made to make this board today. And so you can go back and look at any point, and you can actually stop, move the camera around. You can play with the objects and change them. But if you change them, they'll immediately be erased. The changes will immediately be erased when you start writing again. What this does mean, though, if you accidentally delete something, or if there is a bug that deletes something, then what you could do is open the time machine up, and let's say you want to bring back the red. I don't know why I went with red. I'm going to select that, copy paste it with Control C, close the time machine view, sorry, and then press paste, and it'll bring it out into the board. So this is a beta function. We haven't finished it, but it is functional. There obviously isn't much in it. You can just play and you can exit and you can copy paste. In the future, we'll add the ability to actually restore from a specific point, which will enable you to essentially restore the board here from this state, and maybe a more explicit function for actually pulling stuff out that isn't copy paste. And finally, we've got planning poker. I actually have a separate video for that, so I won't cover that in this video because this video will be really long if I do that. So that's it for this release. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.